Hello everyone, and welcome to the Commexis Cast Daily, all the news you need to know from our inbox to yours. I'm Matthew McGrory, the videographer and podcaster here at Commexis, and today I'm joined by the lead strategist at Commexis, Philip Brooks.
Good morning.
And the president of Commexis, Len Ward.
Good morning.
So our story today is all about chatbots. So Jay Baer, he's a columnist on Martech Today, and he wrote an article that involves, how to incorporate chatbots and specifically an emphasis for using customer user experience when you are putting in and implementing chatbots. Before we get started, I just want to give a brief overview of what chatbots are. As you can probably assume, it is an artificial intelligence of some kind that is having conversations with users that are able to pull up information for them and respond to their queries with whatever information they're looking for. So they're used with hotels, some retail, scheduling different things like flights and stuff like that. So interesting technology, but technology that hasn't been super incorporated everywhere just yet. It's just emerging. There was a study that I found from eMarketer. They did a report on a point source study that compared people preferencing talking to a person and talking to a chatbot on a variety of things. So certain things like, medical information from a care provider, they preferred a person rather than a chatbot, all the way down to things such as tracking delivery of an item. And one of the important things that I found was that looking for product information while browsing online had about equal preference between humans and chatbots. So there are a lot of other statistics that would say otherwise. I feel like these are particularly low because when I think about it, I don't know how often I would want to just talk to somebody about something that I could Google or ask a chatbot about.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. But I mean, the study itself, which I'll be showing, the data itself, I'll be showing on the screen right now, because some of the things are pretty obvious. For example, inquiring about a bank loan. Most people want to talk to a person, and most people do not want to use a chatbot for that. But there's some obvious things like, looking for price information on discounts, searching for delivery information, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the, moving over back to the Jay Baer on Martech Today, he basically breaks down three things that you should sort of keep in mind with the user experience of chatbots. And the first is thinking about them strategically. So one of the things that we talk about always when we're talking about digital transformation is that things and technology are tools. You can't just implement a tool and expect it to do all of the heavy lifting for you. You have to know how to use it. So one of the things he suggests is using a chatbot as a customer experience and satisfaction tool with some marketing veneer, and not just using it as a way to save money. One of the critiques he has is that a lot of people use chatbots to save money rather than enhance a user experience, and that can actually hurt user experience if your chatbot is not up to snuff.
That's really interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things he gives an example of is he was doing a live chat, which is not a chatbot, with somebody, and it took them 30 minutes to give him a phone number, and he was able to call and have a 5-minute conversation and get his problem solved. So chatbots, if they are able to, give you that information and aren't juggling 5 to 6 people like some chat people might actually be doing, they ideally would be able to help customers more. And then his second point was commit resources to go all in. According to a Nielsen study commissioned by Facebook, the public is ready for a transition. 56% of consumers would rather participate in an online chat with a customer service agency than talk on the phone. So there you go. I mean, if you're going to go in on it, you need to go all in. I mean, you have to implement certain things.
I think it's a linchpin of anybody's digital transformation strategy if you offer a service that deals directly with the public. I think chatbots are kind of an invaluable resource there because you can then staff your channel 24 hours a day with something that can provide immediate response to anybody with a query about your product or your service. I think we've seen even some really good results with our numbers with some of our clients that we've encouraged not only a live chat, but some chat agents that are involved there. So I think I personally prefer online chatting with somebody than making a phone call, especially when the agent that I'm talking to is either kind of locked into following their script, and therefore I'm like, look, I already restarted the modem 3 times. Like, can we just move on to the next step, kind of thing? So to me, I think it's a great tool, and I think it's something that, if done correctly, to not only help the user, but improve their ability to move to the next step in the conversion process, or to get to where they need. It's something that you really can't do enough of in your process.
It's just the way people are communicating now. We get pushback from clients about, well, we got to get them on the phone and do this and do that. You heard the stats, 56%. By next year, it'll be 66%. Within 5 years, it'll be 95%. There are various different things. You can do the chatbot. If you're a little concerned about that, like Philip mentioned, there's agencies who can do it. There's been live chat scripts that have been going out there for 10, 15 years. You can put on your website and you can man it yourself. But think about that. When you're on your phone, if you have a chance, the live button pops up. You're not calling. You're just going on right there, and you're just like asking your quick question, for whatever product it may be. You're buying sneakers. You're looking to have something refurbished. So you're right. It is definitely a major part of the digital transformation that companies have to embrace. And we say it all the time. You walk into clients' offices and the phones aren't ringing as much as they used to. People are doing live chat. Now, there's some businesses where this doesn't work, where the phones are always going to ring because there's an emergency and they need help right now. But this is a growing trend, and I think in the next couple of years it's going to be large, and it's something, if you haven't invested in yet, you need to invest in this now.
Yeah, I think Jay Baer makes a great point in what he was saying about in enhancing the user experience, because with the user experience, you're taking what you can do as the manufacturer or as the client. You can go through and look at what queries are being asked the most often, and you can build your chatbot's responses around there, and you can really say, these are exactly what people are asking about, and tailor those responses so that they're getting the help as quickly as possible and getting through that process, and that only helps people convert faster.
Absolutely, and his final point is don't leave customers in the dark, and what he means by this is you don't want to be leaving them on hold for 5 or 10 minutes, and chatbots basically allow you to go even faster in this process. They're not waiting for as long. He mentions a study of 5,000 consumers by live person and said that 38% of respondents had a positive perception of chatbots, which far outpaced the 11% who viewed them negatively, and the other 51% had no opinion as long as their issue was resolved. So that's 51% of the people that you can sort of turn the tide over if using this technology. And in addition, Facebook Messenger has a lot of new chatbot options. There's a quote from Dave Marcus. He's Facebook VPs of messaging products. He spoke at the F8 conference in April of 2017, and he said an estimated 80% of these companies using messaging to reach Facebook Messenger's 1.2 billion monthly active users. So they're not just using chatbots necessarily, but they're using messaging, and some of those companies are also using chatbots. For example, Sephora was using chatbots to schedule appointments, and they were able to, I think, get an active like $50 sort of return through that. One of the sites that they also mentioned was Snap Travel. They saw $1 million in hotel bookings in less than a year after using Facebook Messenger. And one of the things that they can do using this chatbot on Messenger, they can directly message Snap Travel, send them basic travel information such as your destination, dates, and budget, and then the bot will respond immediately with a number of options. It uses information from tons of different online travel agents, and then will compare their pricing to something like hotels.com. So you're able to see in Facebook Messenger all of this information coming to you. And they mentioned that there are about 100,000 bot developers in April 2017 who have built 100,000 active bots, and that is up 233% from 30,000 in April 2016.
Well, and just to kind of circle back to one of our main points, which is always the digital transformation, but this is a big part of any digital transformation that includes a marketing automation feature that's got, if that's a pillar of what you're doing, either whether it be email, whether it be the customer journey through your website, or just automating your help features. This is the kind of thing that really, this is, like I said before, this is a linchpin of that part of the strategy. So if you can do this, not only can you save money, and now again, then it's not a complete replacement for that process. You don't want to bring this in, but you want to give people an option they can get these answers quickly and self-serve, and then offer them over and above service to say, okay, well, if I can't find my answers here, then I'll reach out to a person, because that also makes the wait time less once they finally make that step.
A great example of that is Sephora. They were able to, using Facebook Messenger chatbots, schedule an appointment faster than if they called or used their in-app. So they were able to do it much, much faster, which made people more satisfied and more likely to get a return. So there you go. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to today's episode of the Commexis Cast Daily. Check us out on Thursday for more of the latest trending news. Have a great day.
Have a great day.